Hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good night. Grant Chapman here. We're still at it again with our lead group here on our Monday evening calls. Today, we're going to be talking about it's mindset into action is our game today. We have an amazing reader, an amazing book. We got an amazing topic. This book is something that I recommend everybody to get. Jackie has the better. Let me bring Jackie in here, Jackie, so we can see you because you have this version. There you go. That's the version we want. So this is the version that you want to get. There are two versions of the book. There is a red one that some people got, but I really like the green one there. The wording is just a little better. But this is a great fundamental, I call it a manual for network marketing. It is definitely a manual for this business. So I had a few friends, well, how are you, successful in business or in network marketing? Different companies, not me, but other people, right? It's really comes down to this book, using the system in the book and applying it to your network marketing game. That way, just in case, heaven forbid your upline's not available, your team or whatever happens, right? You can't get a hold of people to get support. Not, that does happen in life, right? This book is something you can always come back to and read and learn and duplicate, and everything will pretty much be fine in your business. So I use this as a basis, a fundamental, a handbook, a manual for building your business. And so with that being said, we're going to jump into it. We're going to be on for 26 minutes here. So Jackie's going to read the chapters. We're going to show two videos, and then we'll close and answer any questions. And of course, we'll give you what we've done using this book and what we've actually put into place. Okay. Because there's one thing about reading how to swim and then getting thrown in the deep end and then figuring out how to swim, right? Everybody agree? Like if you learn how to swim from like a book and then you get tossed in the water, like chapter 36, paddle like this, like it's a little more difficult. It's easier when you have someone holding you across as you're learning. And so that's what we are here for, your sponsor, your upline. That's what we are here to do. So without further ado, Miss Jacqueline Kelps.
Forward to these because some of you may not know, but I've been doing this business for well over 10 years. And I would say that this is the most important manual that you could really get to know intimately. And it takes time to, absorb. So at least we can do this together. If you become really good at following what's in this book, I think you'll enjoy the journey much more. Okay, so I would like to point out chapter 3 from the last time, just a couple of things before we head into chapter 4. So some things to note. So why we would rather sponsor 10 teachers than 10 salesmen, sponsoring them into a multi-level marketing program, a system. We just want to teach them how to teach and sponsor and build a large, successful multi-level marketing organization. And the basics are you have to teach example here, how to teach Carol how to sponsor. And then going 3 levels deep. Again, if you don't get that right now and don't understand it, it's okay. You just want to keep teaching the next person and that person that they learn to teach the next person. Then you know you're duplicating. And the other thing is most people who have made it big in MLM don't have a sales background. They may not be teachers professionally, but most of them come from a background with an element of teaching in it. I know of one teacher and school principal who, after only 24 months in a multi-level marketing program, was earning in excess of $15,000 per month. He did it and is doing it by teaching others how to do it also. And then, so the other thing is after you sponsor someone, it's more important to go with them and help them sponsor someone else and to go out and sponsor another person as well. I also can't emphasize enough this point too much to come up again later. And we're going to start chapter 4. So that is key. And that's what we're going to learn in chapter 4 about teaching others and sponsoring with them to a point and until they learn to do it themselves, because that's what duplicates and what gives you a big organization, keeping things simple. Okay, chapter 4. And it's page 21 if you're in this book that I'm in, right? Okay, in the first presentation, we told you some of the things to do. And in the second presentation, we told you some things not to do. As far as working in depth with your organization, in this napkin presentation, we will show you 4 things you have to do to be successful in an MLM program. These 4 things are an absolute must. Everybody in multi-level marketing who's making $100,000 or $200,000 per year and more did and is doing these 4 things. This is leveraged income. A lot of people doing a little, or a lot of people's efforts, right? To help you remember these 4 things, I've paralleled the points to a story, which you can relate to your people. They will not only pick up on the parallel, but will remember the have to do's also. The way the story goes is this. Let's imagine you want to take a trip in the family car and leave rainy Washington. It really isn't as bad as some people like to make it out to be, and drive to sunny California. The sunshine in California will represent reaching the top in the program that you're in. When you get there, you are successful. You're at the top. The first thing you have to do is get in and get started. There isn't anybody in MLM who has made a lot of money unless they first got started. The amount of money it takes to get started depends on the company and the program you choose as your vehicle. It can range from nothing on up to $12, $50, $45, $100, $200, or even $500 or more. The second thing you need to do as you take this trip is buy gas and oil. As you travel to the top, California, you will use up the fuel and oil products, and it will be necessary to replace them. MLM works best with products that are consumable. Mark that down. You will use the products up and buy them again and again. You must use the products of the company you represent yourself. Remember, we showed you in napkin presentation number 1 that with 780 distributors or affiliates, it doesn't matter which programs you are in, you will have a very sizable volume. Naturally, you can see the advantages of building a business with a vehicle that has consumable products. Most multi-level companies are in that category. Non-consumables are usually marketed through retail or direct sales methods, but not always. The other result of using the products yourself is you will get excited about them. Rather than spend a large sum of money on advertising, MLM companies put their money into product development, and as a result, will usually have a higher quality product than that which is normally available in a retail store. The third thing you have to do is to get into high gear. Okay, of course, you realize that nobody starts out in high gear. We all start out in neutral. Incidentally, notice that we are not driving an automatic. We may be in the car, still in the driveway with the key turned on and the motor racing, but if we never get out of neutral, we will never get to California or anywhere else for that matter. To get your car into gear, you must sponsor someone into the business. When you sponsor someone, you are in first gear. I believe you should be in first gear 5 times with 5 serious people. In one of the other presentations, I show you how to determine which of your people are serious. You'll want your 5 people to get into gear also. You teach them how to get into first gear by sponsoring someone. When each of your 5 people is in first gear 5 times, you will be in second gear 25 times. So you yourself will be in second gear 25 times because you've taught 5 to get their 5. Teach your 5 people to teach their 5 to get into first gear 5 times. They are now in second gear 25 times each. And that puts you in third gear 125 times. When you have third level distributors in your organization, you are in third gear. Have you noticed how much smoother your car runs in 4th gear? So does your organization. You want to be in high gear, 4th gear, as soon as you can. When your first levels are in 3rd gear, you will be in 4th gear. Naturally, you want your people to be in high or 4th gear as well. And when they are, you are in overdrive. How do you get into overdrive? You simply help teach. By the way, in my book, you need to add a little Y there. Simply help teach the people you sponsored to get their people into 3rd gear which puts them into fourth gear and puts you in overdrive. The fourth thing, while you are on your journey to California, is to use that time you have to share your products with the people who are going with you. Let them try them. Let them experience the benefits of the products. By the way, product experience equals trust. When they want to know where they can get them, guess what you do at that point. So share with your friends. For a number of people, this is the retailing part of the business. At this point, it is important to notice that as we went through napkin presentation 1 and 2, and now here at 3, we've told you the 4 things you have to do to be successful. Not once did we tell you that you have to go out and sell. We say you don't have to sell the products in the normal sense of the word sell. We do say you need to share the products with your friends. You can even share them with strangers. When they see the benefits of your products and your marketing plan, they will become new friends. You don't even need a large number of consumers. Say 10 or even less. If all you ever had was 10 customers, hey, that's okay. All it means in item number 4, next page, is a very small portion. So what if we cover up the 4 altogether? You could still go to California by doing the first 3. So if you look in the chart, I don't know if you saw that, Grant put it up, because number 1, get in, get started. Number 2, use the products. Number 3, shift into high gear. Number 4, share with friends, meaning retailing. So you can still get to California without it. But it is, suggested that at least 10 or less, you should have at least 10 or less customers. Notice, however, if you didn't do number 3, get into high gear, and did a lot of number 4, retailing, you would never get out of the driveway. That's what salesmen do. Once you understand this and tie it in with number 1 and 2, you start developing the proper MLM attitude. Starting from square one with your new person, you want to get into their subconscious, the number 5. All you need to do is find 5 serious people who want to get serious about the business. When you run into people and ask them how they are doing, you may hear the response, gee, I can't find anyone who wants to sell. There's that word sell again. Quit looking for people who want to sell. Start looking for people who want to earn an extra $600, $1,200, or $1,500 per month without having to go to work every day. Meaning, in other words, they don't have to show up and go to work in order to earn. Do you or they know anybody like that? Your answer and theirs, like mine, will be, yeah, everybody. Well, those are the people you want to talk to, because everybody would like to have that kind of dough coming in. Simply point out that it may take 5 to 10 hours a week of their spare time to build a business. But then we hasten to say, what's wrong with that? So people sometimes get into MLM programs and think somehow it's all going to happen just because they signed up. Not so. Remember, the car we are driving to California does not have an automatic transmission. I know, and surely you know, people who have gone to college to get a degree, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Maybe you're one of them. You go to school every day, you study all day and half the night, week after week for years. Then when you finally graduate, how much money can you make? Don't forget, student loans too. So give 5 to 10 hours of your time each week to learning the 10 napkin presentations and everything you can about the MLM company you are representing. When you learn and understand them, you can teach the napkin presentations to others. The book you are now reading is your key to tomorrow's success. We don't want you to get uptight by thinking you can't teach someone what you are learning here. Sure, this may be the first time you've read or heard these concepts, and we really can't expect you to know it all well enough to teach it. But then you don't remember. Get into a multi-level marketing program, you have to have a sponsor. If your sponsor is a real sponsor, he will help you with your first 5 people. Notice, it's a helping relationship. The process of showing the napkin presentations to your friends at meetings, one-on-one or groups, your sponsor is training you as well. As a suggestion, we ask that you set some sort of goal for yourself. When you are about 20% up the ladder in your program, you should know and understand the 10 napkin. By the time you get 3/4 of the way, you should be able to, or at or near the top, you will be able to teach your people. It's something beneficial that you can master over a relatively short period of time. With this book, subject, you can sit down, read, and study, listen again and again. If you were given an assignment to do the above and you had to go through the material 5, 6, even 10 times, and a year from now, it meant you could be making 2, 3, 4, or even $6,000 a month. Is it worth spending 5 to 10 hours a week? Now, you have to admit that's a pretty near way to, right? Take a look at some of those college textbooks and trying to learn what they contain. They're not going to make that kind of money for you. So welcome to university. 4 things you have to do: get in, get started, use the product, high gear. So in other words, you're going to start teaching others that they teach others, and then share and retail it.
Absolutely. Wow. I love that, Jackie. Thank you so much. And so if you're just in case you're taking notes or if you have the book, it has these beautiful little diagrams. And sometimes people say, well, how do we get from Washington to California? Okay, you drive that direction. Actually, what you need to do is first get your keys and get in the car. Right? So that's like the first step, right? Is getting in the car. And after you get in the car, use some products, which is filling up the tank, use more products, get some belief, get some credibility, get all of that. And then also to find your 5 and then, help them to go from neutral into first. So as it says here, you want to get into, each of your 5, you want to help each of your 5 people in their first gear 5 times, which will be you getting into second gear. And you need to do that 25 times. So this is fun. And we had a great conversation this morning with our board group is that, our goal is, the goal is to teach, right? You're teaching teachers how to teach Betty to sponsor Tom, right? That's kind of the idea. You're teaching teachers. And so this book is really amazing with that. And so we're going to play a video here for you that kind of sums it up. And I did find the PDF of this. I was trying to follow along, but the PDF is a little different than the book. But just in case, if you don't have the book on you right now, here is the PDF. I just found that. As Jackie was talking, I was trying to pull it up, but the pages, I don't know, the wording looked a little different. So I didn't want to put that in there. But here is this.
Once you have taken someone through the system, they've read the book, they know how to drive. Okay, now napkin presentation number 3 is getting them started. Okay, the first thing you need to do to get them started is, of course, you got to get in the vehicle, turn on the key, and that's actually getting signed up in your business. The second thing you need to do is start using the products yourself. That's like putting gas or fuel in the vehicle. And then the third thing, the most important, is that you need to get the car in gear. And the car is not going to go anyplace until you do put it in gear. And the first gear is sponsoring that first person. And then, of course, you're going to help them sponsor someone. That'll put you in second gear, then teach them to teach that person to sponsor someone. You're in third gear, etc., and so forth, until you get up into 5th gear, and you're really flying down the freeway. As you're going down the freeway, you pick up a friend, you take them along for the ride, and they buy some products. Those become your retail customers. So the business is very simple. Just so you don't get it complicated, just think about getting in your vehicle, getting it started, putting in the fuel, and then putting it in gear.
So I love that he said that. And if you listen to his words carefully, he says, you sponsor someone and not build them an organization, not, tell them what to do. It was teach them how to teach others to sponsor others, right? I really like that. Because when I first started this, I wasn't doing that. I was just like, okay, everybody, just bring them to me. I'll present and I will do all the work, and which was great. But then I was like, wait a minute, I'm not really leveraging myself. And as soon as I taught someone to teach someone who taught someone how to sponsor someone, right? So everyone knows what to do. That definitely created more freedom and time for me to travel and do the things I want to do and to build other teams, right? So you want to, right? So if you're just kind of joining us today, you haven't read the other chapters, the book that we are on is Don Faulia's 45-second presentation. If you can, go for the 30th anniversary edition. There are two versions. I did mention this earlier. There are two versions, a red and black and a green and black. We've been using this. If you can't find it on Amazon, or I think someone said they found it on Kindle, you can also look on eBay. I saw eBay had it for like $4 to $8. It's not an expensive book. And if you have, thank you, Manny. And if you have a team, I would highly considering buying like 5 to 6 or 10 of these. You know, me and Vernie, we did that in the beginning. You know, we got these books and then I just sell them to my distributors. I'm like, I got it for $10 here, $10. And that way they have it in front of them immediately, right? And so that is not telling you to do that, although that's what some of us did do because I didn't want to wait. You know, in Hawaii, Amazon takes 10 days. It's not a, one-day turnaround. So for our Hawaii gang or people out of the country, I have the book on me and I just hand it to them. And so, and I think that's how Vernie got started with me, actually, right, Vernie? I gave you this book and you read it and it was like, aha, it's not one of those, weird things. It's a legit business. Like, oh, and then we could have serious conversations. And I love and respect him. And so I wanted him to like really get his best foot forward. And so that's why we recommend this to everybody. Before we have about 6 minutes before I play one last video at the end, is there any questions, any concerns, any like, what do you mean by getting into first gear? What does that look like? So if you have a question, please either raise your hand or put something in the chat. And if I think Manny, I'm assuming you've read this book. If you want to touch Manny, I would love to hear what you think about this chapter we read, because I know you're pretty familiar with this book as well.
And you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I think what I enjoyed the most about this chapter is pretty much the simplicity of those 4 steps in regards to, just the concept of using a car in regards to describing the business, right? So that way you can understand like the business is a vehicle basically, right? Kind of like a car is a vehicle that it can take you to your goals, to your destination where you want to go, right? So could be, like he says, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, right? So obviously there's different destinations, but once you turn on the car and you're able to get into those gears, that's what's gonna get you to get there, faster as well. So it basically just understanding the concept of the better you duplicate, and the more you duplicate, the faster that you're gonna be able to go. So
I love that.
yeah.
And because and with that being said, as you can see here, I love these little diagrams when you get the book. And he was saying that you want to be in third gear 125 times. And what does that really mean? Like, what is that? Why do I want to be in third gear that much? That means you're starting somebody, right? So getting in first gear is you sponsor somebody. Now you teach them how to sponsor. Let's say I sponsor Manny. Now I'm in first gear. Now I teach Manny how to sponsor. Who we got here? I got Leilani in the front. I teach Manny how to sponsor Leilani. Oh, now I'm in second gear. Now we teach Manny to teach Leilani how to sponsor. We got Jacqueline, how to sponsor Jacqueline, right? So that now I'm in second gear. So I want to do that about 5 times, and then I want to teach those people to teach the others to do that. Now, something one of our presidents, Ronald Reagan, said, right? Trust and verify. So trust that Manny knows what to do and verify. Now, how do you verify if Manny knows what to do? I check with Leilani. How do I know Leilani knows what to do? I check with Jacqueline. How do I know the system works? If Manny taught Leilani to teach Jacqueline how to sponsor Bernie, and I check with Bernie to see if he was onboarded correctly, I can follow that whole thing all the way back to me to say, oh, I did teach him correctly, or, oh, I need to communicate better because I didn't teach them properly. So please never blame your downline. It is never Manny's fault that he didn't sponsor Leilani. It's not Leilani's fault she didn't get Jackie. It's not Jackie's fault she didn't get Bernie. It is me, the sponsor. I take personal responsibility for my entire organization. It is me to make sure that Manny knows how to teach the sponsor. So I hope everyone put in first gear. What does that mean? Just kidding. Haha. Yeah.
Grant, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Sorry, my AirPods went in and out.
I did want to mention something really amazing that Don Falia has shared with getting the book. So it's good to have it handy because that's what my sponsor did. The same thing, handed over to me. Is you're supposed to tell them, hey, here's the book. And of course, you can collect the payment, but you say, read the first 4 chapters. And what really happens is by the time they get through the 4 chapters, they're going to want to continue reading the book.
Hmm.
Okay. Just something to note. Like read the 4 chapters and then come back to me. But the good thing is we have this. You can bring people here. We're reading it. And then you have the Facebook, right, group that you can go back and watch it again. But that is something you want to do when you're out in the field. It's like read the first 4 chapters and then come back to me.
I definitely agree with that. So I thank you for saying that, Jackie. And she's absolutely right. And that's what we did with Vernie and some of our other guys. I use these for more of my high level, like franchise type of people. And I, like I said, like Jackie said so eloquently, read the first 4 chapters and then return the book back to me. And then after they read that, normally it's like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I like this idea because the idea is not selling. The idea is teaching and sponsoring. That is the idea. And of course, having customers, right? So I have one, if there's no questions, I have one more video and then we'll call it a night and then we'll do some announcements and then we'll call it. So let me just put this on here. So this is from Jacqueline. So let's see. Audio on.
When you say the basics haven't changed, what would you consider the basics to be?
The basics, like the invite, I always call it like baseball, right? Baseball's been around, 127 years, and the balls are still round, still only have 4 bases, and they still use bats. Strange. The fundamentals, base 1, the invitation, base 2, the presentation, could be a meeting, could be coffee, meeting somebody, or it could be sending a link. And then third base, answering any questions they have. And then home, bring them in.
Yes or no?
That's it.
They're either out or they're safe.
That's it. And people want to complicate it more than that, but that's it. That's the basics.
When you say the basics,
I love that so much. Thank you for sharing that, Jackie. That's so good, right? Don't compliment things, invite, present, ask to join, right? And so our business, we say demo the product, show the money, ask them to join. But before all of that, you have to do an invite, you do a presentation, and then you ask them to join. So thank you.
One more thing, Grant, when we work on ourselves, that's really the goal, honestly. And you have your upline, you have the community, you have so much support and mentorship to help you do the business. If you get smarter at this, you'll know that it's really about developing you and becoming the best version of you. And people do business with people they like and trust and know. And so if we do it at the speed of trust, which is like the next five, right?
Absolutely, Jackie. And then our last piece here is that here's some cool announcements. Our retinol product just launched. So please talk to your upline, find out more about the retinol. We're not going to go through it right now, but I've seen some phenomenal before and afters, and it works on the first try, the first usage. I've seen some really good before and afters. So you can screenshot everything here just in case you don't have it, but it should be in all of your groups that you're a part of. Like for us, we have our messenger group. It's all in our messenger group. I think many guys have WhatsApp or whatever your upline's using. All of this is most likely in that page already. Now, we also have some of these Pillow Glow and AHA facial peels. Those are basically for any blotchy skin or like discoloration. So that helps with that. And then also two more pieces that if you have any affiliate incentive, basically means if you order 500 or cumulative of 500 points on your direct customer sales volume, okay? You have to listen to my words carefully because I know I got confused when I first saw this on the last one. Okay, I missed out like 7 boxes. I say
first level. First
Exactly.
level is a visual. It helps people.
Thank you, Jack. And not just first level, but first customer level. So that means you have to be
members.
A member and or a retail customer. Once again, first level of customer. Now, if you're a little, if you like to be a smart mouse and figure out the maze, you can make a member account and put your orders there. I know Vernie's got probably some good orders he has for his family every month. Or Vernie, maybe this month just make a member account and order all that there, and then get like a dozen free boxes of collagen.
Yeah, to get your, to get your free product. We tend not to duplicate that way, but yeah, with the free product and promos, take full advantage. We have the most amazing products. So
And what I have done, and you can see maximum is 2 per affiliate, right? So you can earn 2 of these per affiliate. So
this is for any purchase too, not subscription. Does not have to be subscription, just 500 SV.
Perfect. And also too, you get a free lash serum when you order a box of the Epic Soul Solution 10 packs. This has been pretty phenomenal. So if you don't have this, screenshot this. It does, and it expires next year, it says here. That's interesting. Well, that's pretty cool. So that's a yearly promotion. We'll probably promote that for a while.
So that's $2.99 or more and you get a free lash serum and a box of Soul Solution.
Oh, got it. One thing I do like about the Soul Solution, no, it doesn't, Manny. One thing I do like about the Soul Solution is that Reina, my sweetheart, actually gave away a bunch of those to her aunties, like from the Vietnam group. And all of them ordered their own Soul Solution. So she bought a box of it after giving away free samples to all the aunties. And the aunties put it on their heels, and their heels had turned really beautiful. And they're like, how do I put one of these? And then her and her auntie did a bulk order and sold all the product at retail. So phenomenal things. Even to have little samples works really well.
And if you are doing a subscription, right, we're getting a free Restore Cleanser for any subscription above $99. Is that right?
Thank you. Yes. So just to reiterate that, you will get a free LumiSpa cleanser, right? The cleanser for the LumiSpa with any subscription product that is a $99 and above. So take advantage of that as well. Because if someone's like, well, I'm ordering something and it's only like 70, you're like, hey, just 30 bucks more, 30 more points, you get a free cleanser that costs about 40 bucks anyway. So, you can kind of play with that. Let's see, what great, thank you. Yeah, it is great promotions. We have a lot of promotions this month. So take advantage of all those. And if you don't remember what they are or didn't screenshot, talk to your direct upline and they will get you all that information. Anything else before we let everybody go? We're 5 minutes past our hour, or our 30-minute actually. Any questions? Put a 1 in the chat if you have a question. If not, all right. Well, one last announcement. If you have some people that speak Spanish, Manny, our amazing diamond here in Vegas, Manny and Argelio, his dad, have an amazing meeting at their house every Tuesday at 7 p.m. all en todo en español. So if you have any Spanish speaking, send them this direction. We will all be here to support their meeting. And we'll, if there's a lot of English, maybe Manny will do a translation, or maybe I can do some translation. But we'll basically, if there's a lot of English, we'll move into a separate area. But mostly tomorrow is all Spanish, Latinos, or Espanol here in Las Vegas at 7 p.m. Okay, everybody, have a great rest of your day. And we got Oliver in the house. Oliver is our new brand representative and been traveling with Leilani and I. And we're basically tearing up the storm. So we're here in Vegas till the 26th. Then we're going to be on Kauai till the 1st. We got Hilo till the 4th. We got Maui till the 7th. And then we're going to be in Honolulu till the 16th. And then we're back in Utah for Success Summit. So if you don't have your Success Summit tickets, it's going to be from the 16th to the 19th. And tickets are right around like $200 and some change. It is important to go to Success Summit because it is our yearly event in Utah. Manny's dad is going to be on a panel. I was invited to go on a panel. Not sure if I'll be there or not, but they were like, hey, you want to be on a panel? So hopefully you guys will see me on a panel on stage as well.
And Wednesday is Systems with Manny.
Perfect. And Wednesday is Systems.
Invite everybody, even new people. Just invite.
Correct. Okay, well,
aloha. All right.
Make it a great day.
All right. Aloha.
Thank you, guys. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.